I could be a guy. I could be less than I could be a punk. You don't have to worry about the things for your love. I could be a trucker. I could be a guy. I could be less than just people around you. Could be a punk. You don't have to worry about the things for your love. Don't even think about it. I've been there before. I wanna give you license to go on the city. You come in for the money. Take it easy, don't complicate it. If it's simple, mommy, take time, don't rush it. A little me, you be controlling. Sweet lover, pick up the phone and say, Handy, sweet lover. Got your baby kiddo, Katerina. So whatever it says, she's not a lover, it's over. When I look at you, baby kiddo, Katerina. Hey, it's over. I could be a guy, I could be daddy, that would touch you like a moonlight. So see you've been doing. I like it, baby, how you move it. You don't know you can be yourself. You can be calling myself. I'll think about showing it to mama. Maybe you the movie, you can step alone. You know me how you did booty weekend. Anytime you can come over. Easy, don't complicate it. It's simple, mommy. Take time, don't rush it. God, you know me. Sweet lover, pick up the phone and say, Handy, sweet lover. Look at you, baby kiddo, Katerina. Hey. But you said she's not a lover, it's over. When I look at you, baby kiddo, Katerina. Hey. I deserve it. Look at the Katrina. Whatever you say, she's not around, I deserve her. Look at you, baby kiddo, Katerina. Hey. Katerina. That is the best part of this song. I just love the last part of the song where he sings like a drunk man and I deserve. Never got to baby kidogo, Katerina. Yes, and that is Bruce Melody with Katerina. And I love that song because sometimes I tend to think that it is talking about me. And, my name is Katie, so Katerina. You'll find some friends of mine calling me Katerina. Yeah, so I just love the song. And earlier on, I played you Black by Nyashinsky and Naiboy. And those are artists from the 254. And Bruce Melody he's South African. Yeah, I guess he's South African, and he has some nice voice, some nice vocals, and wow. Today is on a Friday. I hope you are excited. We are approaching the weekend because I'm very excited. It is on a Friday. I hope you're excited as well. And yeah, do you know the full meaning of Friday? On Wednesday, is it Wednesday? We talked about the meaning of Wednesday, and it was something to do with the rocks. But the
Something to
name
do with what?
rocks
Something.
was it?
Rocks.
Yeah, rocks.
No,
Yeah.
Wednesday had nothing to do with any rocks, Katie. That's
Oh, okay. I'll Google that. And the name Friday comes from the Old English, meaning the day of Frigg. As a result of an old convention association, the German goddess Frigg with the Roman goddess Venus, with whom the day is associated in many different cultures. So that's the origin of the name Friday. Yeah, and I
what
hope.
comes out of German.
Mm?
German. Yeah, it says Old English. Old English. Old English is German. German English is a bastardized
Mm-hmm.
German language. English is
Yeah,
no more than just German. Good, Katie.
yeah, and we also yeah. Spikes was telling us about that when we were talking
Yeah,
about.
because I told him about that.
I'm trying to get the meaning of Wednesday, of the word Wednesday.
He told you Wednesday's about the god Thor and Odin. So it comes from Nordic tradition. Don't look it up. It comes from Nordic tradition. Before the white man believed in Jesus, what they were given to Jesus, their god was called Odin.
Mm-hmm.
So that was their tradition. Their god was called Odin. Before they were given Christianity, because they were barbarians too, before they were given the religion of Christ, their god was Odin.
Maybe the word warden is what I'm confusing with the wood.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't wood, it's Odin. Not
Yeah,
wooden. Yeah, the pronunciation, where Spike said wooden, no, it's Odin. The
God
North,
Odin.
yeah, the god Odin. Exactly
Mm-hmm.
right. That was their
Yeah.
god. That's how you know the Jesus thing is a lie. They just,
Mm-hmm.
a few years ago, they believed Odin was their god. Odin, what you see on the cartoons and Marvel movies. The father of Thor. You ever seen a Marvel movie, Katie? Like, what's one of the Marvel movies? Like, you ever see Thor?
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Spider Man and Thor. You ever
Batman.
see? Yeah, but you ever see? What's it called? They were together. They called the when they're all together with Iron Man and Thor. What were they called? They were called the
Mm,
I forgot the name of the movie. They all together. But anyway, Thor's daddy is
mm-hmm.
Odin. You know, you ever see the movie Thor with his dad? His dad is Odin. They believe those were their gods, Thor and Odin.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know about that.
that's why
And
history's so important. White
mm-hmm.
man just believe Christianity is a new religion. They didn't believe in no Jesus Christ. They believe in Odin. Odin was their god. So now you know.
Okay. Yeah, now I know. At least I know. I've learned something today, and I'm yet to learn more before the day ends. And Samuel, welcome to the broadcast. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, and before we
I
start
hope you I hope you cut that chicken and put in the pot.
our before we start our show officially, you know how we do it. I have some motivational quotes for you, and I
All
have
right.
this one. Learn something new today. I'm happy I did. Good thoughts make a happy person. If you if you if you have a dream, never let it go. Chase it till the end. Make yourself your own competition. Strive to be better than yesterday, and you'll find the true essence of life. And that's what's
Yes.
up.
I like that.
Yeah, so every time strive to be the best of you, and always try to find the best in you. And yeah, and okay, we shall go back to the music for 2 minutes. Then we will be back with the matters of the day. We will be talking about the Zawiya oil refinery in Libya. And yeah,
What's
let's
happening?
go.
What's happening in Libya?
There is an refinery which has damages due to armed clashes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It ain't like hearing it's like moving you. Music you make it life. It's like new life. It's important for you to understand the state of mind and the life you live and where you're at right now. Everybody know for sure I'm taking it. So what's the case about your eyes with the message? I never subscribe to guys on the internet. And I put that clouds and then I see the press again. But they don't see me for the full night above it. Nobody with nice and wise when I'm checking. I'm redirecting them back to this and that. And you will see me anything was that I'm resting them. Hoping I see them, don't even understand it. Life, free life, I'm expressing it. Yes, we are desperate for to see sometimes. Trying to find my peace of mind. You said, how could you be so bad? You just follow your dreams and I live your life. I need something to believe in. I need a reason to peace. So it won't be. Girl, I have to say that I'm the price of it was on you. Peace. So it won't be. Girl, I have to say that you just have to give everything.
Yes, welcome back. That is Banner Boy with the real life. And okay, I didn't expect that song to be that way, but anyway, it is a nice one. And I can see Sister Michelle is with us. Good morning to you, Sister Michelle. Though here it's already 20 minutes past 1 p.m. here in Nairobi, but I hope your morning is good and it is going fine. Your Friday is good as well, and your day is going well and as planned. So I was talking about Libya's Zawiya oil refinery that suffers damages due to armed clashes, and Libya State Oil Company said on Tuesday this week that there 120,000 barrels per day Zawiya oil refinery complex in a western city of capital Tripoli was severely damaged due to some skirmishes late Monday. Wow, Kizungu. The NOC said those involved held on regard for the lives of workers at the site. 8 oil storage tanks and five other tanks for oil and chemical products were damaged and were leaking, while the electrical transformer of the power supply system was also knocked out. That is a great loss, and yeah, I hope they are doing something to recover the loss. And according to the NOC chief Mustafa Sanala, the infrastructure of the oil sector represents the lifeblood of the Libyan state. Therefore, vandalizing these facilities, destroying them, or exposing their workers to danger is a crime that cannot be tolerated. So I'm hoping that justice will be served, and they'll be taking care of their workers, and they'll be taking care of the matter. And the oil refinery as well. Images posted on social media showed guns
You
and
know what?
what?
I don't give a shit about no Libya or those Arabs up there who enslave African people, who whip and beat African and rape African women. I don't give a shit. I hope the shit blows up on their ass. Sorry, Katie. I don't care about that story you're talking about. I don't care. Go ahead.
But Libya is one of the African countries.
Yeah, so what? They're not African people. They're not African people no more. They're invaded. It's an African country, but so what? Africans don't control it. Those are Arabs, and those Arabs have slavery. So why should I give a damn about people that enslave? I told you. By knowing your enemy, Katie, you must know who your enemies are. So if I pull up,
are controlled by the whites.
Huh?
Wow, I didn't know about that. I didn't know.
If you pull it up, say slavery in Libya, you can't be. You got to know who your enemies are and act accordingly. See, that's the problem with us as African people. You want to feel sad and sorry for everybody who are our enemies, and that's inappropriate behavior. Libya has open slavery of African people right now, not Libyan people, African people. And it's organ harvesting up there run crazy. So they enslave African people, they steal their organs, just like in damn a Squid Game. So I don't give a shit what happens to damn Libya. Go ahead, Katie.
Let me try and share a video. I can see a video of them being sold to slavery.
Yeah, how about that? And you up there to the African country? Those are invaders who invaded the land. No African controls that no more. I don't call the people that live in Libya Africans. They don't call themselves Africans either. They call themselves Arabs. I don't call their ass no Africans.
Okay, let's see this video.
700?
800.
This is 2017.
A man addressing
Recent. It's happening now today in 2021.
Some boys for farm work, he says. 400. 700. 700. 800. The numbers
African people were supposed to go to war with Libya. You don't allow nobody to enslave your people, and you do nothing. African as a continent is supposed to went to war against Libya and completely taken it over.
And yeah, it should. But let's see what this video is all about.
1,200 Libyan pounds.
Yeah, I don't know what that video. I don't know. That video looks crazy. I don't know what that video is. You show. That's about Libyan slavery.
Yeah, this is.
Okay, yeah, there they go. Yeah, okay. See, those are Africans. You talking? Oh, the Libyans had a blow up. I wish it'd blow all their ass up.
What happened to the ones from Niger?
When
He's told. CNN was sent this footage by a contact. After months of working, we were able to verify the authenticity of what you see here. We decided to travel to Libya to try and
These are migrants being sold as slaves in Libya.
How about that, Katie? These are Africans.
Yeah.
Libyans don't consider themselves Africans, Katie. They consider themselves Arabs. Those were African lands, yes. Do Libyans sit on the African continent? Yes. But the African doesn't control or own it. Those are Arabs that control Egypt now, Libya, Algeria, Morocco. And they have always been our enemies. Always.
And seems like it has been happening for the longest time, because this is 2017 and I'm sure it is happening until now.
Yes, it's been happening since they got rid of Gaddafi, since the white man went in through Gaddafi. All the slavery was started again. All the slavery, and also the organ harvesting. Not just slavery. A lot of those people are being murdered for their organs. They're getting their hearts, their livers, their lungs, their kidneys taken out and sold on the market. So you got to know who you're talking about when you're trying to have solidarity with people. When you feel sorry for our enemies, you need to know who your enemy are.
Okay, let's watch this video.
We're now in Tripoli and we're starting to get a little bit more of a sense of how this all works. Our contacts are telling us that there are 1 to 2 of these auctions every month and that there is one happening in the next few hours. So we're going to head out of town and see if we can get some sort of access to it. For the safety of our contacts, we have agreed not to divulge the location of this auction, but the town we're driving to isn't the only one. Night falls. We travel through nondescript suburban neighborhoods.
And these sorry African leaders know what's going on in it, and they've done nothing about it. These are acts of war. These are acts of war. And you wonder why, African man, you're not respected around the planet? What the Libyans do to African people are acts of war.
Wow, this is crazy. I actually didn't know about this.
Learn something else, didn't you?
Eventually, we stop outside a house like any other. Adjust our secret cameras and wait. Finally, it's time to move. We're ushered into one of 2 auctions happening on this same night. Crouched at the back of the yard, a floodlight obscuring much of the scene. One by one, men are brought out as the bidding begins. 400, 500, 550, 600, 650, 700. Very quickly, it's over. We ask if we can speak to the men. The auctioneer, seen here, refuses. We ask again if we can speak to them, if we can help them. No, he says. The auction's over, we're told. And we're asked to leave. That was over very quickly. We walked in, and as soon as we walked in, the men started covering their faces, but they clearly wanted to finish what they were doing, and they kept bringing out what they kept referring to in Arabic as al-budaa, the merchandise. All in all, they admitted to us that there were 12 Nigerians that were sold.
The raping of African women, the raping of goddamn African people, this organ harvest and enslavement. The African has done nothing. You were supposed to go to war against Libya. You were supposed to go against Libya, Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, Niger. You were supposed to go to war against these bastards.
This is crazy. This is crazy. They are supposed to be fought.
And you've done nothing.
Yeah. Wow. And they are selling Africans, they are fellow Africans.
Yeah, the Arabs do not see them as their fellow Africans, Katie. Arabs do not consider themselves Africans. They know you don't know that. They know they invaded those lands.
Mm-hmm.
They ran the Africans out those lands, Katie. There's no black people control those lands called Egypt today. Egypt was Kemet.
Mm.
And Africans don't control those lands anymore. Africans don't control Libya. They control Morocco. They don't control Algeria. Those are Arab people who invaded Africa and enslaved African people. They're still doing it today. But they rape women and children, African women, enslave African women, and then cut them up for body parts for organ harvesting. That's happening today.
I'm even shocked.
Yes, I'm glad you're shocked. So you wonder why I told you we don't give any reverence to something blowing up in Libya. We say fuck them. We don't care about no Arabs fighting each other and blowing each other up. Good. Those are our historic enemies. We act accordingly. We don't say, we finally blew up. We say, good, hope it burns down to the ground. And all African people get free in that country. That's what we do. There's no brotherhood between us and no good, dirty ass Arab. Go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, Sister Michelle is saying that my husband is going to Sudan on Monday. There is a coup there. Yeah, there is a coup, and
tell them to be careful. Wow, tell them to be careful. Yeah, it's a coup. Wow, is he going to see family? Is he going to see family? I know you got family in the Sudan, Michelle. Is he going to help his family? Tell them to be careful.
They should be careful because there's chaos in Sudan. There's no peace.
Yeah, because the army trying to grab power again. The people not having it. The Africans starting to wake up. They're not letting the fake army seize power. They're saying no.
The military already took over the country.
But they ain't taking over completely because people are still rioting in the streets. You got to get the powers in the people, Katie, always. Unless you can control the people, you can't get power in the country. Sudanese seem to know that. They don't care. So what? Yes, the military overthrew the government. Yes, they did. Because there's a power grab. The people are saying no. If the people don't go along with it, they're the majority. The people start to realize you're the government, not the military, not the other people. We don't want the military in power. So that's what they're doing. So we'll see how it plays out. Because the military started firing on what? The people. So now you're talking about a real revolution. Because now the military is now delegitimized themselves by shooting. You can't tell us you want to govern people that you're killing. So there's going to be a revolution. And another reason why you have a split between Sudan and South Sudan, because you had the Arabized African who pretending he thought he was an Arab when he's not, because he took on that goopy ass religion. They were trying to enslave the Africans from the South. You had the black African who was Islamic trying to enslave the Africans in the southern part of Sudan. That's why they had the civil war, that part of the country split up. Like I told you, Kay, you can't war against your people and expect the country to survive. That's why you got South Sudan now. Just like you got in Ethiopia. You might have a splitting up of the country. You can't war against your people and expect them to stay inside the country. They're going to say, no, we want our own country.
It is crazy. And Sister Michelle, just tell your husband to be careful and watch whatever is going on. He should be careful by himself because
that's crazy to fly into Sudan now. He might be considered a spy. He might be considered an agitator.
Mhm.
I don't know. I wouldn't be going to Sudan right now. Unless I, not me, Jack. Hey, I send
And
my family money. Hey, take this money. Keith, can you come in? I can't do nothing. I don't know what the hell's going on the ground. I can send you this money.
okay, moving on to the next story. Madagascar has been
I can send Joby and Kate as my representative. Joby and Kate go tell the Sudanese people what to do. I'll send them as my representatives.
there is a hunger in Madagascar, and now the
How?
Amnesty International has urged Madagascar's government and the rest of the world to set up relief efforts for the island nation's drought-hit south. And yeah, Madagascar now is asking help from other countries because
I
this.
think it's because I think
Mhm.
I think Madagascar be as big as Madagascar. I think Madagascar is bigger than Kenya. How can the whole country be suffering from drought unless we know the white man controls the ionosphere? He can control the weather through something called HARP. And he might have put a drought there because they refuse to do the you know what. Madagascar is one of those countries that refuse to take the jab, and they refuse to give the people the jab. So they might have initiated drought within the country. And said the only reason why you'll get this help is if all your people take the you know what. You'll get food when you'll take this you know what.
Wow, oh, that's crazy. Now they are forcing. Okay, they are now the drought is brought up because they didn't take the job. They refused to take the job.
Because they control. You know that white people can control the weather, Katie. You don't know that?
Mm-hmm. I
Do you
know.
know that?
You
Okay, yeah,
you
through
you
HARP.
told me
Yeah, through HARP technology, you got the Chinese know how to do it now too. You got certain countries. I think Russia's able to do it too. It's called ionosphere. They can control the ionosphere and the weather in certain areas. So they can cause hurricanes, they can cause earthquakes, and they can cause droughts. So I'm thinking this may be something they've done to Madagascar because Madagascar didn't do what they told them to do. And now for
well,
any aid, you know they're going to say, if you want aid, you want food, you're going to do this. That's going to be part of the conditions of getting food, Katie. You're going to do this to
so
all your people. Good. Good, Katie.
Madagascans might be forced to take the job just because they want the food because they
Yeah,
will be
well,
dying.
that's true. So, and we know the thing is going to cause, we know the jab is going to cause also
Mm-hmm.
DEATH. That's how you're dealing with a psychopath. How white people get down. The enemy fights for real, Katie. The enemy wars for real, for real. White people war for real. For real, for real. So you know
Well,
that, you need to know that white people fight for real, for real. They don't just fight and say, oh, everything's okay. They war on you for real, for real.
and more than 1 million people on Madagascar's parched southern tip are on the brink of famine, and some already dying. The global rights watchdog said said
Wow.
in a report on Wednesday, released ahead of United Nations climate
Yeah,
and
I saw. Yeah, they'll call it climate change. I think that's them messing with the ionosphere because they're in the tropical area of Madagascar. So why would it be? Why would it be negating the rain? That wouldn't be normal. Oh, it's climate change. Climate change, my ass. It's white people fucking with the climate. That's climate change. White people messing with the climate. So, do me a favor, Kate. So
yeah,
how
it's
many?
called.
Oh,
Mhm.
go ahead. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
sorry.
Now go ahead,
It's
Kate. What are
called.
you saying?
Okay, it's fine. It's called on the rich nations to provide humanitarian aid and offer financial and
It
technical
always
support to
rich nation
help.
calls humanitarian aid. Isn't it funny? There's no drought in the rich countries ever. There's always droughts in these other countries that don't have the technology to develop weather machines. Say so. How? Say, put us up, Katie. On DuckDuckGo. So, how many countries
Mhm.
have have weather technology? How many countries have weather technology? They can control it. I know China has finally created theirs. I think Russia has. I know America has it. I can call it drought and rain and tornadoes in other people's countries.
How many countries?
Yeah, how many countries have weather technology or weather creating technology? Weather creating technology. People around the world need to know that these things, you having droughts or having deluges, are not are not by accident. Since you
Okay.
have been
Okay.
devoid of studying science, African
Mhm.
people, other people, you just study religion, you don't know about science. Yes, they can control the weather, manipulate the weather. But go ahead, Katie, what does it say?
The ranking evaluates 78 countries across 26 rankings drawn from a survey of from more than 17,000 global citizens, measuring 76 dimensions that have the potential to drive trade, travel, and investment.
I want to know, okay, I'm talking about terms of the weather. How many countries can control the weather? I don't know what that is. How many countries? I think right now, I think right now the UK has the technology. I know we know the United States has it. I think Russia has it. Forgot that. Madagascar is a part of the African continent. You always forget. Yeah, and it's also in the tropical region, so there shouldn't be no drought the way they show in drought.
Mm, I,
And
I, I can see China, Paris,
okay, there you go. China,
Paris,
France. Okay,
and I can see other countries.
so most likely, so we know it's probably France, China, America, and I know Britain, and we know Russia. So understand, this is an assault on Madagascar. Madagascar should not have any damn drought. So that means that's them manipulating the ionosphere to bring a certain conclusion of
And they're
famine
also
within the
talking,
country. Go,
they're
go
also
ahead, Katie.
talking about the Atlantic Britannica. Which
Yep.
country is Britannica?
Britannica is
Or
Britain, Katie.
oh,
the former colonizer is Great Britain, Katie. The
uh,
ancient
uh,
term for Britain is Britannica. That's Great
wow.
Britain. That's England, UK, United Kingdom.
I didn't know that. And General Mosquito is saying he's always forgetting that Madagascar is part of the African continent. And someone is saying half the time the food given is contaminated with the radiation.
Yeah, they
And
give them old food so they can kill them off. Yeah, all that food they get in African countries is always full of radiation and poison. African doesn't know that. The African doesn't know that the white man has always been warring on them. They don't know the enemies no more, Sam. They don't know this vicious ass white man. like when you go to Northern Africa, you've been enslaved, and African, like Katie's not been taught that the Northern African, the Northern Arabs are not our friends. So when you don't know your enemy, as that video I shared with Joby yesterday inside the social chat room, our social media page, when you don't know your enemies as African people, you're at such a disadvantage because you don't know how the world works. And you're easily naive and you're easily dominated because you don't know who your enemies are, and that's always dangerous. Very dangerous not to know who your enemies are.
Yeah, it is dangerous not knowing who will attack you and uh,
Yeah,
uh
who
yeah,
will
but
enslave you. So because Europe, you say, well, I want to go to Europe. They say, okay, that's where to go to Europe is go through Libya. So you'll get your bags. You don't know they're enslaving your ass. Katie be trying to get to Europe, going through Libya. Let you know you're enslaved or raped as an African woman because you didn't know that they were your enemy. And they would catch you, they would slave you, and they will rape you. And you will get no justice.
yeah.
You were never taught this.
We were never taught this, but at least I'm learning it from you. You're teaching me, and I will teach my fellow youths and friends. Yeah, and moving on to the next story. There's a story that was trending here in Kenya last week, where five boys from a boys' school called the Gadiroine Boys and broke into a girls' school called Komodai Girls.
Oh no, is this the story of them killing the boy again? Is that the
Yeah,
story that Jody was talking about? Oh man, this is very sad. And go ahead, let me be quiet. Go ahead, Kelly. Go ahead, Vince.
yeah. So one boy
Who you
was.
looking at? You looking at Joby over there, Kate? You keep cutting your eyes. Who you looking at?
I'm telling her she told us of the story
Is Spike,
yesterday.
is Spike's back with the food or something? Is Spike's back with the food?
I am saying she already told us the story yesterday, and you were saying it's, that the people who killed this boy do not see themselves in him, and vice versa.
They didn't see. Yeah. Jovia did the story, and I said that the people, the African has developed such hatred of himself. They didn't see themselves in the boy. That you could kill a child for just doing a routine, being a child. That would.
The boy was
That would,
just a teenager, like he is. And
yeah, he's a teenager. He was a child. So that what he did should not end up in his death. That's what I'm saying. The hatred of you as a people is so ingrained that you did not see yourself in the boy is very telling and sad and sickening of how far the African has fallen as a people. How could you kill a boy for just being a child, doing a prank?
Being a teenager, and
yes,
that story is very disturbing. When I came across the story, I was like, why did they do that? He didn't deserve to die. At least
he didn't deserve anything. It's a simple infraction.
There was
It's a
a better
simple
way of
infraction.
punishing him, not
All you
killing.
had to do was take him to the headmaster and say, son, don't do this again. It's funny. Laugh it off and let him go. That's it. But you murdered the kid. You beat him to death. That lets you know the African mind is really messed up. See, this you got on a psychological level, African mind is really messed up. And they didn't see no value in this child's life. They didn't see themselves in the child. This is disturbing.
It is disturbing, and the mother was left with great pain during the burial. The mother of the boy who died.
Were these police? He didn't die. He was murdered. Did these police? Were these security? Were they prosecuted, Katie? Were they prosecuted?
It wasn't the police. The boy was killed by the students, by the watchmen in the school.
Okay, the watchmen, whatever, whoever they were they prosecuted?
I'm not sure about that, but the police keeps on saying that the investigations are ongoing. The boy will get justice, the family will get justice, but I don't think that justice will be served. I guess how they will decide on the case, they'll just say this boy had broken into a property that he shouldn't be there. So
that has nothing to do. That's not a crime punishable by death, Katie.
Yeah, they don't understand that. They'll just take that as a way of self-defense. They'll just say that maybe the boy was a thief. You know how people argue. When they are trying to argue in favor
Yeah,
of
yeah.
themselves.
They say he was a thief. He did some other things, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it didn't, still didn't deserve his death. Still didn't deserve this boy to to be murdered.
he
The
didn't
case the
have to
case
die.
itself is the case itself is outrageous. It's completely outrageous. It means you do not value. See, we got to look at it as a case study in psychology. When someone does that to your own people for a minor infraction, it tells you about the society in which you're living in. It means you do not value black life. You do not value black life. You do not value it.
It is crazy. This story is a very disturbing and heartbreaking. I can
Yeah,
imagine the pain of the mother,
exactly.
and
Imagine
she
the.
was crying during the burial. She was crying, asking, "Why did they kill you?"
Or she was asking that. He shouldn't have been murdered. He should not have been murdered for a minor infraction. You know why they killed you, ma'am? You living in an ignorant society of self-hate. That's why they killed your son. You're still living in
Yeah,
you're still living in the residue of colonialism that taught you to hate African people. That's why they killed your son.
it is very crazy. This story is crazy and heartbreaking. But people
Very
are.
heartbreaking.
I keep saying that people here are inhuman. I don't know why you'll go to an
It's
extent
not
of
people
killing a
there, and
person.
not because they were. When you're educated to see no value in yourself, Katie, you inflict that on other people. So when the African looks in the mirror, he doesn't see value. So he doesn't see value in other African people. That's why these crimes are easily committed. He doesn't. You wouldn't see white people do this to a child that doesn't practice because they see value in themselves. African doesn't see value in himself, so he has no problem beating another African boy to death. It's the mind of being colonized, the colonized mind of self-hate. This story would be in any African country. This would be in Kenya. This would happen in Ghana, Nigeria, Angola, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Uganda. This would happen over the whole African continent because you've been given self-hatred and you have not come to terms with our colonial past. And it would happen here in America as well because of the self-hate that Africans have been given. But go ahead, Katie.
It is crazy. And going on to the next story, it is also a sad story where a police officer blew himself up with a grenade after killing
Damn,
his girlfriend.
that was in Kenya.
Yeah, it was in Kenya.
Wow, what was that about? Wow.
The officer and his girlfriend had a heated argument before he stabbed her. Then,
Did he kill her?
yeah, she was dead.
Okay, I just thought. Wow, so man, listen, man, listen. Kenya's suffering from some psychological problems. Everybody stabbing anybody. Everybody. There's a woman. You argue with your girlfriend and you stab her. An argument leader, you stabbing somebody. What kind of dysfunctional relationship is this? I don't want to be around nobody, Katie.
This
If I
happened.
argue with them, and they're gonna stab me, Katie.
You've not even had anything. I was reading a story where there was a man who had an argument with his wife. Then he burnt the house with together with the children and the wife. It
Wow,
all
what?
burnt down.
He killed his
Yeah,
what?
he killed the
Man.
children to.
Why?
Wow, this is
Just
white
because
people shit. This is white people shit. This is white people. This is crazy to me, man. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna be anybody shows me any violence. It's over. Any kind of it's over. You pull out a knife. Just if you're angry and you pretend to pull out a knife, we're done. We are done. Oh, I'm sorry, Keith. Yeah, okay, we're good. Be sorry over there. It's over. It's over.
Me, the moment I see a man trying to raise his hand on me, hey, I'll go. I'll hit
Yeah,
him. I'll hit him
yeah,
because
because yeah,
I
yeah,
can't stay at such an environment because there's no peace, and you don't know what the next step of this guy will do because he might
it's never
kill you.
gonna.
He might
That's right. It's
stop.
never gonna stop. That's who they are. That's right. Don't think it's one time they come back and say, I'm sorry. No, that's who they are. Once they show you that they're violent, you leave their ass alone because it can end up in your murder. Because he stabbed this lady and then had to face justice. He blew up himself.
Yeah.
I never in my life got in any kind of argument when I wanted to do harm to somebody, especially someone you supposedly care about, that I want to stab and beat you and all this old crazy mess. No. I was in a relationship like that when I was younger, but I had a female that was volatile, and at that age I didn't know. I said, hey, you need to calm down, man. You be acting crazy now. We got to break up. You keep trying to hit me, do something. So one day, it did happen. You're young. You never know people. You're young. You don't know. I was young, and this girl, she tried to stab me. I'm like, what the fuck? Scared down. So before I knew, I had punched the shit out of her ass. So because it was so, things happen in life. He tried to stab me, and I knew I had punched her ass so hard I knocked in the tub. I knocked in the. I said, listen, it's over. I'm gonna hurt you. It's something. You gotta go get help. You're very jealous and you lash out. You need to get help. You're dangerous. You're dangerous to me and you're dangerous to yourself. Someone else is gonna have to deal with you. I cannot be responsible for your brash decisions. And I'm not gonna let you stab me in the middle of the damn night. You're not gonna cut my throat while I'm sleeping.
Well, these things was I've read so many stories of people killing each other because of some small arguments. But why do you even bring the children in your arguments?
Why would you kill your own children? I don't understand that. Why would you kill your own seed? That means you don't even care. You never cared about your children. It was just, I don't get that. Why would you kill the reflection of you? Why would you murder your own children? Over some argument? I don't know the argument that big that make me kill my own children. You know what I'm saying?
If you want to die, die alone. Leave me.
Exactly. I love it. You want to die, yeah, die alone. Leave me the hell alone.
Let me enjoy life because imagine burning your own children and me inside. That shit is crazy. General Mosquito I recently read a story of an African boy who had acid poured on both his eyes. His stepmother, and now he's completely blind.
Wow! What the hell? Where was this at? Where was this at, General Mosquito? What country was this? What African? Was that in Ghana?
Why would he pour acid on his eyes?
He said the mother did it, he said. I think he said the mother did it.
And he poured even to the stepmother. Shit. I don't know what is happening to Africans, but we are a family. This is crazy. It is crazy.
It is crazy.
Going to an extent of thinking about taking somebody's life. Eh, If but my advice to these people, if you see a man trying raise a hand to you, or in a relationship, you are in a relationship where you're being harassed, just go leave that relationship. It's not worth dying. It's
Yeah,
not
you
worth.
leave it. Exactly right, Katie. You leave
Yeah,
it. The first time is not the last of any man or woman raise their hand to you. It will not be the last time they do it. They
yeah,
will come back and tell you, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. Okay, good. But you got to go. You got to go. You got to go
I,
get some help. I can't be around you. You are violent.
you are
So
violent and
because that would not be the only time. They will do it again.
they'll repeat it until they have killed you now.
Exactly. They will repeat that because you've now tolerated and keep doing it again and again and again.
Yeah.
Understand that. I've never, no, no, oh, no, oh, no.
They don't stay in such a toxic relationship
Exactly.
again.
It's toxic. Exactly right, Katie. It's toxic. And you know your value. You as a man or you as a woman, you do not deserve to be beating on. You don't allow no
Yeah,
one to beat on you. You're
know
not a
your worth.
child. And you're
Know
not their
your
child.
worth. Hmm.
What's
Know
it?
your
What's
worth
it?
and be comfortable to walk out of those such relationships.
Yes,
It's
be
not.
comfortable. Say yes. Be comfortable. Say, oh, I'm out. I'm good. I'm done. I'm out. I'm dropping the mic on you. I'm out. What do you mean? I love you. Hey, okay. Well, love me from over there, but I'm gone. Love me from a distance. I'm gone, but I'm out.
Yeah, but anyway, family, we will end our show for today
All
here.
right. Has
Yeah,
Spike's,
and
has Spike's gone and got lunch yet, Katie?
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and thank you to everybody who joined us today. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Sister Michelle. Thank you, Derek. Thank you,
What's
General.
up, family?
Much love. Kwa heri, tutaonana siku ya Jumatatu.
Whatever Katie said.
I'm saying that we'll see you on Monday.
Okay.
Jumatatu is Monday in Swahili.
All right. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah. I hope you'll enjoy your weekend, and whatever you're doing, please do it responsibly
Yes,
and
do it responsibility. When you
take
knock
care
somebody, when you knock somebody in the head, do it responsibly.
of. uh, Kwaheri,
Go
kwaheri.
ahead.
Baby, you don't know how much I want you. My soul. I want you to know I will never let you go. Your love for the dance.
Jollof from the jets. 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 Jollof from the jets.